the last thing you remember?
Uh, Belcora destroying us.
Oh, okay. You were there, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. We were complete last time. Excellent. Then we can jump right back in. So, yes, you had started after meeting the Drow of Ildaris, a outpost here in what seems to be at least the outskirts of the Darklands, deep below the Gauntlight and the Gauntlight Keep. Uh, you have somewhat allied with them, I would call it. You've agreed uh, to doing them a favor as you were also advancing your own agenda further here. And you've started to venture out into this strange hunting grounds of sorts. Forest of mushrooms deep, deep, deep in the bellows of the earth. And you, as soon as you started to explore a section of these, Belcora manifested in front of you, mad as always, wrathful as always, and also powerful and merciless as always. Um, in a brutal battle, it looked really bad for all of you, but most or the in the poorest shape is both Soma and Bark, who are currently unconscious. Sandy and Ottardo are still standing. Um, and luckily, Belcora, feeling victorious about the group, and having also suffered some damage, has left with a screeching wail and cursing parting words, letting you know that you're not welcome here, and if you continue to meddle with her plans, you shall all be destroyed. So we dropped out of initiative last time. I know that we currently still have some folks dying, um, and not necessarily stable, especially down to dying 2 even. So I'm going to put us back into initiative just so that we have a way to count out the rounds. I don't think the order particularly matters, so I'm just gonna roll it and we'll live with that. And we can start with Sandy.
Okay. He'll run over to Bark. Oh, it says pause. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. There you go.
Um, and Sandy doesn't often do this, but he does have battle medicine. Is there more? There's not like a stabilize action in Pathfinder, right?
There
Um,
is.
oh, there
It,
is.
it's under administer first aid.
Would that be? Is it going to be a similar? Like, am I going to have to do? Is it more or less reliable in battle medicine? I guess.
Uh, I think. I think they kind of work out the same.
I can't imagine that I'll be very good at actually doing it. I don't want to kill Bart in the process. Maybe I'll wait for because you're better at it, so maybe I won't actually. In case I accidentally kill Bark, maybe I'll hold off. um, but I'll run over to him and be like, Ottardo, he needs help. He's in worse shape. I could
So the
patch up a
difficult
boxer. Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. So the difficulty would be in the 21 range, I think. But you do need a healer's toolkit to do this.
Oh, that's right. I don't know if I have that. I have inventory actually. Yeah, I do not. So I can't do that anyways.
All right, so you just run over
Yeah.
and somewhat unsure what to do. We don't want to make it worse. Um,
I'm not a
and
vet.
and Bark, can you spontaneously recover?
Oh, recovery check.
Mm-hmm. I think there should be a prompt on your dying condition, if I'm not wrong.
I think
You
it's
don't have any of that
automatically.
fruit on your person.
Oh, okay.
Um, there it is. Well, I'm dead.
Oh,
Ooh.
Maybe I'll
And
spend that
Yeah.
Hero point. If you spend a hero point, don't you just automatically stabilize?
I think you can spend the hero point to avoid certain deaths. So if you actually
Yeah,
roll by to complete death, you can spend it, which
Okay.
which is
I'll
what I'm
save
planning
it.
to do, by the way.
I'll save it in case I roll to death. But that isn't that put me to dying 3?
It does
Yeah.
put you to dying 3.
Okay.
Jeez.
Oopsies. And now you're no longer dying because I don't know how to click. Back to dying. 2, 3. Okay. Ottardo.
Alright, well, Ottardo will attempt to stabilize Soma.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I target and then.
All right. And she's stable.
And for his last action, he is going to move next to Bark. That's just enough movement. And that's it.
So does that
Alright.
brings me back to consciousness?
You're still unconscious.
Ah,
Did you get healed? No, you just got stabilized.
Yeah.
So that's your turn,
Yeah.
Soma? I don't think there's anything you can do if you can't recover further. You're
Well,
unconscious. so-
Yeah, I mean if I'm unconscious, that's kind of it.
All right, Sandy.
I think Sammy will just be like, help Bark, and he'll just go stand, make sure nothing messes with Soma.
All right. Bark. Important role. Semi-important, I guess, thanks to the hero point.
Nice.
Ooh. Swinging hard today. Does that? Oh, it reduces your dying value by 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so brings you down to 1.
Never mind.
Does that like give him 1 hit point or something? No.
No.
No,
No?
it's just reduced dying value by 2. Ottardo.
Okay, and Ottardo will try to patch up Bark too.
All right, that's critical success, I guess, but that doesn't really make a difference. So Bark is no longer dying, but remains unconscious. Okay, so we can end the initiative. Okay.
How long would we remain unconscious?
Until you recover at least 1 hit point.
It's a
Yeah.
shame that we're the two that are up. Well, I guess you can.
Ottardo,
The-
Ottardo does can make use of his healer's toolkit to try to patch one of the two up. He's not sure who he's gonna take care of, but let's say he'll just start with the one that's nearest.
All right.
Let's see. Is there a way to roll for treat wounds?
Roll from what?
To have like an automated roll.
Well, yeah, I have it. It's, in the among other actions.
There's also in the basic action macro, there's also a treat wounds macro. Critical success. Nice work. So that's for Bark, so you can heal 18 points.
And then as soon as those 10 minutes are over, he's gonna move over to Soma and try to apply some treatment too. I guess I still know how to make a garrote.
Yep. And like someone like gasps with air and like, flips back on and takes a deep gasp. So like I said, try like holding her chest as if like something lifted from it, like, and she looks around a bit wildly.
Oh, we forgot about Stick.
Stick!
Squishing grapes onto the
Stick!
wooden creature.
Oh wait, no, that one was for me apparently. Here, Stick. One for me, one for you.
And you manage to pull back a Stick back from certain death as well. Okay, you look around. You're probably still shaking from the experience. There's still this like cold breeze that you can't really explain physically that's emanating, which may just be fallout from Belcora's manifestation, or maybe she's still here. It's really hard to tell. In front of you, that large jumble of fungus growing wild and tall throughout the entire enormous cavern stretches out as far and as high as you can see. The cavern ceiling is so far up and so obscured by the fungal canopy that you can only see it in a few places. And as I've said before, the way that it's depicted here is somewhat a contracted view of it, basically, so it stretches out much further than this. It's just we don't want to traverse like hundreds of feet of mushrooms. So the encounter areas are much further apart than it may seem on this map, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so you see this forest stretching out in front of you. You have essentially 3 paths onward: north, northwest, or northeast. Or retreat back to Ildaris, lick your wounds, and come back another day.
That would be the more reasonable option.
Yeah, Cheliax looks at all his companions that are completely ravaged. And it's like, maybe we regroup.
I mean, I got down so quickly, I actually have most of my abilities left.
Well, yeah, I guess that. We
Yes, so am
could
I,
go
by the
back
way.
and just rest for an hour or two to just patch up our wounds and then come back.
Because all we really need is to just spend some time bandaging ourselves up, because with medicine.
I guess we could even do that here.
I suppose so.
What if she comes back?
We can run.
I'm not sure we can outrun a ghost.
Souma wraps the prayer beads on her wrist, just to be sure.
Well, it's however you feel. If you think we should go back somewhere safe and then come later, that's fine.
I think she would have finished the job then if she really wanted us all immediately dead.
Yeah, what's up with that? Is she like toying with us, or is she just like she want us alive for some reason?
She seemed kind of crazy, so maybe she doesn't really have a reason or rhyme for her actions.
I was going to say all the other ghosts we've met were a little gone in the head.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, I can treat wounds and I can make fruit, so
Yeah, I suggest then let's you make fruits and I treat wounds.
Okay. All right. Concentrate on my fruit.
All right. I forgot.
Ottardo, meanwhile, is going to refocus.
Yeah, this is for for Sandy.
Thank you. Oh, why did 226?
But
Well,
don't.
you-
Yeah,
Oh.
it is the robust health. Just have a feat or something.
Yeah,
And this,
I
yeah, this one
must.
for Birke. Never mind.
Oh, thanks.
Listen, I'm used to treating either humans or undead, okay? And you're neither.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Oh yeah, I do have robust health. Nice.
I just need to snack.
Okay.
That
Hang on.
this is over the course of like 40 minutes, right? Because
Oh, more or less, yeah.
okay, so I'll do a few more rolls.
Okay, if it's 40 minutes, and Ottardo should get 3 of these.
You just
And
take
he is
90
good
hit
to
points of
go.
healing and you're still not up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No,
I
he's
mean, I guess that's me too.
basically up. Yeah.
This one for myself again.
Let's see, what do I need?
Okay, now Soma's feeling much better. And she's more confident. And by the way, I believe this should remove my wounded condition as well.
Yep.
What removes wounded?
Either treating wounds or resting for 10 minutes, apparently.
Okay. I'm not wounded. Stick's not wounded.
What
Oh,
was that? I
got
saw
it.
that.
Okay, here.
Oops. Nothing to see here. All right. As you
Hang on,
lick
I'm
your
done.
wounds and try to prepare for more exploration of this fungal cavern, a gurgling voice cuts through the otherwise mostly quiet air in this cavern. And from a patch of fungi to the northwest, a group of creatures steps out, hailing you in where's the group tab here? In a language that only Ottardo seems to understand. Ottardo, you know the language as Aklo. And put them on the map here, right here. Because they don't even try to hide. They like boldly step out, weapons drawn, carrying war hammers and wicked-looking knives, but also having sharp teeth and lolling, ghoulish-looking tongues. But most importantly, they show this like translucent bluish skin and flesh, where the internal organs and the bones show through. of the Erdefons that you have already encountered and heard so much about. They're surrounded just by this aura of wickedness and bloodlust as they step out, and they can't suppress a little bit of a giggle as they shout out an Aklo towards you. And Ottardo, you hear their leader say, "Well, look at that. We found some sacrifices for Kerfel. He will reward us richly, I'm sure. Get 'em, brothers." And then we'll roll initiative. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so encounters here. I'll roll for all of our initiative. There's nothing special here. And then we can begin the encounter. All right. The first one of the Erdefons immediately starts casting a spell. And let's see the distance here. Pretty sure this is just right, just far enough. And we'll say Ottardo's targeted. 2 actions to cast a spell, and I will need you to roll a will save as you feel your muscles clench up and harden, and you're feeling stunned 1. So this is the kind of stunned. Hang on, because we tripped over that last time.
Yeah, I think this goes down
Okay, but it's just a regular
on the turn you spend it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that was its 2 actions, and then it will move. Ooh, will it move? Will it start action? Yeah, it'll move over here. And then it's bark.
Oh, well, they did say they're trying to sacrifice us. Well, I don't know that because I don't speak Augrel. So they stunned Ottardo.
I guess you can see him make like erratic movements as if it's hard for him to move his muscles and joints.
Okay. Well, I guess. And that was this guy over here, right?
Actually, this one up here who would just cast a spell.
All right, so I'm gonna.
Just to understand, the mushrooms, are they like just difficult terrain, or do they provide cover?
They're basically like trees. So there is this like a little patch of a little grove of woods in front of you, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's definitely covered. You can see in between the stems, but definitely cover.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna. I don't fully know what's going on yet, so I'm gonna keep it simple. Can I go over there? Oh, shit. I never know how to measure and then move and.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that too.
There we go.
Nice.
And then I'm just gonna drop a tree on this guy.
Drop a tree. Timber. Critical success.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Well, that's it.
Wait, why is that a critical? Oh, because it's a natural
roll a
20.
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a basic save.
That's it.
Yeah. All right.
Cast.
Okay, Ottardo.
All right. I guess. Well, Ottardo is stunned, so he can't. He doesn't have that one action. Limited to 2 actions. What would he do? I guess he would raise his shield and then remind or tell everyone that they are not friendly. Where is it? Wow.
You try to call out to them, and maybe it's your Aklo is a little rusty, or they just don't think that your words mean anything, but they just cackle and laugh at you. And the one in front of you even like cuts himself in a mocking way, as if he's not afraid of pain.
That's kind of badass.
Sandy's taking notes.
Mhm.
Alright. Okay, Soma.
Okay. Since Soma was busy bandaging herself, I'm going to make a dark assumption that she didn't have a loot in her hands. So
That makes sense. Yep.
I'm going to make an unorthodox decision, and since I've already said that I like wrapped the healing prayer beads around my wrist beforehand out of superstition, Soma will cast bless from them.
All right.
Okay, and I have only one action left, so I guess I will raise shield as well.
Okay. You could also spend that action to pump the aura up to more.
Can I?
To the, what is it?
I thought it was on sustain. No.
I think it's
Oh,
subsequent.
subsequent turns. Okay, sorry. That's an important thing. All right, so that's your turn. Okay. Oh, I did use the wrong one. It's always hard to see which one is which. So now it's the other one's turn. This one's, and he casts a spell as well. Yeah, why not? He will douse this area in complete darkness
Oh,
as he casts the 3-action version of the 3-action spell, Darkness. And this is second rank though, so not the non-heightened version.
Yeah, but I think, well, no, not Ottardo's, but maybe Soma, because I see Soma has a light spell on her. I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
might be enough to not be covered.
I will take care of it next round then.
Okay, so Sandy.
But
Okay,
shouldn't
so,
it already,
Do
shouldn't
you
it
think
already work?
it doesn't affect it at all right now, do you think?
In the
Oh,
area
I
of Soma's light spell.
Soma's light spell is this one. Doesn't say. Granted by light, but that's we've been through this before. How does it work, Harness? I'll put this on you. This is a level rank 5 spell, which outranks the darkness spell. Light effects overcome non-magical darkness in the area and can counteract magical darkness. You must usually target darkness magic with your light magic directly to counteract the darkness. So, but some light spells automatically attempt to counteract. Okay,
oh goodness.
But
so
if you look at the description of the darkness spell, it says this also suppresses magical light of your spell rank or lower.
yes, but I think
So
what it
it
says
probably
here.
can't. Then, if my light spell is a 5th rank, so his 2nd rank spell darkness probably can't suppress my light.
I guess, yeah. Any non-magic light shows do not emanate any light, even if the light really also suppresses magical light of your darkness spell's rank or lower. And this is a rank 5. Okay. Yeah. So, what is the range of that? Or the area of the effect?
Well, my light orb
Oh, yeah.
shines in 60 feet radius apparently, because it's heightened to 5th level.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, I guess the
So it just
darkness
obliterates it.
is not- Okay. Well, then they just wasted a spell because they thought you weren't as powerful as you are. There we go. And Sandy's turn.
All right. Sandy doesn't want to leave the bless, but wants to hit these guys even more than he doesn't want to leave bless. So he's going to rage, and then stride up to the guy I don't know if that's the guy who cut himself, but one of them. And he's going. Let me make sure I raged. Can't I? There we go. The spear rage is on, and he's gonna swing with his maul. Oh.
That's a
Sandy.
miss. Yeah, close miss, but it is a miss. Third action?
I raged and then moved and did that.
Is rage an action?
It is because I have heavy armor.
Oh, okay.
And I don't get to use the free one if I have heavy armor.
Gotcha. Okay, what do we do this turn?
So, are there some areas of darkness right now? Because
No, because the light spell has 60-foot radius at level at rank 4.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just figuring out their spell list here. Okay, this is good. This is very good. This one steps back and then casts
Like a true,
spell.
like a step.
Yep,
or
just a
move.
step.
Okay. Yeah.
Stepped into one of those paths which are not difficult terrain. And then it casts a spell at Sandy. I will need you to do that fortitude save.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. So as it casts, once again, it cuts itself, and there's weird looking blood that starts bubbling out of its wound. But Sandy, much worse is that blood comes gushing out of your mouth, nostrils, ears, eyes, and rushes. Oh no, sorry, that's not right. What? Yes, and it rushes towards the creature and into its mouth.
Oh.
It looks like it's drinking from a fire hose here as you take 22 points of void damage. Okay,
That's so mad, but I hate it.
So if you're a living creature and don't have void healing, if you're undead or living but have void healing, you can choose to either gain temporary hit points equal to half the void damage and become quickened for 1 round, or forgo the temporary and become quickened for 1 minute. Okay, so we're gonna be quickened, and you can use an extra action only to step stride or strike, right? Okay, so that was its turn. Gross, but effective. This Erdophon over here has a pretty good line of sight of Sandy and is going to cast a spell at him. Shooting a ray of enfeeblement your way. A fortitude save, please.
All right. There we go.
Which you crit succeed and you're unaffected by its power. What else is it going to do? And then it takes a couple of measured steps, giggling like a hyena as it closes in on you, Sandy. And Bark, your turn.
Okay. Did you say we can go through the mushrooms?
Yes, but through the mushrooms is difficult terrain. If you're along the paths, it's regular terrain.
Okay. Second. Is this an acceptable line for a 15-foot line that I'm drawing here?
I'm not sure if I can see it. Oh, that's a good line. Yep.
Okay. Then Bark's gonna shove his way through the terrain.
I believe in Tetris term, this is called a squiggly.
Push through the mushrooms, and then he's gonna try to drop another tree.
Okay, the first one tries a reflex save and fails. The second one tries the reflex save and fails as well.
All right, so that's gonna be 20 points of damage to each of them.
For the first one, and then for the second. Wow, those are on fire, those dice. Okay, yeah, it smashes right into their weird, translucent body, but only injures them. That's your turn.
It's my turn.
And Ottardo.
Okay. Ottardo is going to use his defensive advance. And I think he can. Could he strike through the mushrooms?
You could try to, but it would definitely be cover.
Okay. If it's just regular cover, he'll still go for it. So he'll use defensive advance to get there. Attempt a strike here. And let's see, where's the action? There.
Still a hit despite the cover. 14 points.
And then miss with the last one.
Okay. Souma.
Okay, well, I will have to try to sustain the bless, so everyone will stop running away from it. So that will be one action. I think I can click it in the status. One moment. Wait, no, not that one. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I just click on it. And I will cast telekinetic projectile on this one. Someone will pull out another glass marble from her pouch and try to launch it into this thing.
Okay, give me a second to give it cover, just so that we get all the automation as intended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go for it. Oh, still a critical
Nice.
hit. Despite the cover, it finds its path through the many mushroom stems, and you do. This is already the crit damage, I would assume.
Yeah, I think it rolls it automatically.
Yeah. All right. And that's a good amount of damage here. Right, is that your turn? Thank you. All right. The other Erdefont over here. What does it do? What does it do?
Are you sure that's crit? That looks like just regular. That's 66.
That's why I was asking. You hurl loose unattended object that is with make a spell attack against it. If you hit, you deal 2d6 points, and then heightened +1 damage increases by 6. So this is heightened by +4, which means it is 66 as base damage. Yeah. So you actually did twice this.
Mm-hmm.
So that means.
Oh
that you
shit!
destroy.
Like, watch out, guys! They
And
explode.
Of course, it explodes. So the Erdefont, it dies. So it gets hit by that an uncannily well targeted telekinetic projectile, smashes through its body, and then from the place where it like left a pretty gaping hole, all of its flesh starts to dissolve and immediately sublimate into a foul-smelling gas that fills a 5-foot emanation around the body, and through very... Oh, actually, yes, Stick and Bark, you end up so close to it that you're at risk of inhaling some of this.
Why?
Or it's actually not just inhaling, it's even if it just touches your exposed skin, flesh, or wood. So please do the fortitude save for stick and bark.
It's not an inhaled thing because I think I have a thing about that.
It says it is gas, but it says damage to creatures in this area as their flesh curdles and rots.
Oh, fun. Okay. Why does everything down here explode?
Okay, bark succeeds.
Stick, dodge.
And stick succeeds. So you both only take half of this damage. Yeah, as your skin and your bark starts to curdle and rot. Nonetheless, very efficient attack here, very impactful. All right, the other Erdophon is going to focus a spell onto Ottardo. Just because he is within range. And it's going to use two actions for a harm spell versus the living. So, Ottardo, please roll that fortitude save. Of course. All right, it is. Oh, why does it improve your? Do you have
That's
something
a
specifically?
feature. Yeah, like most classes around this level have a thing that upgrades successes for one of the saves.
Nice.
Yeah, I have the same fortitude one. Nice.
So then since is this a basic? Yes, it is a basic. So you don't take any damage. Okay. That starts to suck a little bit. Not gonna lie. So you may even notice a little bit of unease in the creature's demonic visage, but nonetheless it tries to shake it off and instead make a big big show of and it speaks directly to you, and Aklo Ottardo says, you think that your gods will protect you? Oh no, we will rip you to pieces and feed you to our demonic lords. And we'll try an intimidation roll here against Ottardo, I guess. So we'll do that. Critical failure, so you are completely unimpressed. Sandy, your turn.
All right, Sandy has no idea what that one's saying. Can appreciate his, his stage presence a little bit, and is going to step over to him. Oops, what was step there? Oh, it's because I'm measuring. Step over and swing on this creature.
What?
There you go.
38 points of damage as you slam your maul into the creature's body. You can see the impact. You can see the bones breaking in that translucent flesh. You can see the internal bleeding and the bruises start forming. But it's not yet destroyed.
All right. And last action, he'll do a 360 and hit it one more time. Whoa. I did not mean to sheath that. Come back.
He does a 360 and sheathes his... All right, regular hit. Let's see that damage. Is it enough? Well, you bring it down and crush it with that second 360 swing. But unfortunately, it kind of explodes into a cloud of that foul-smelling gas. I'll need a fortitude save from you. And you just... I'll let you explain how you react to it, but it doesn't does any damage to you.
Yeah, I imagine Sandy is so used to, like, all sorts of magical, like, smoke emanations from his days as a wrestler, so he's just like, yeah, this is just another day.
Smells like what The Rock is cooking. All right.
Nice.
We're gonna go over to their leader, who has lost both of his brethren but they are insane. Like they're clearly in over their head here, but at no point have you gotten the notion that they would be aware of that at all. They seem to be in some sort of frenzy as they leap into battle, and what's the best move for him here? Yeah, I think what he's gonna do is completely giving into that rage and frenzy, and with horrifyingly quick movement, he is going to jump forward at Sandy, and he's going to try to bite you with his wicked jaws. There's a
Ooh,
hit,
yeah.
and we'll do 16 point of piercing damage. And then with its third action, it uses what's called the Wicked Bite. It, instead of letting go after the bite, it just maintains contact, and you look down, you try to shake it off. I would imagine it has gotten hold of your lower arm, and you can see the flesh around its mouth starting to turn translucent. And I'll let you do this fortitude save here, and then we'll decide what we're gonna do. Of course.
Good old Thomas.
Good old Thomas. All right, and you can hear it like make this sort of sucking sound, but before it can do anything to you, you do manage to shake it off, and it like stumbles back a little bit and just growls at you with its tongue lolling out. Bark.
We're gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna make my way through the difficult terrain here. As soon as I remember how to measure it. 20 feet. Come over here. And we're gonna drop a tree on him. See how his reflex save is.
Oof, oof, oof. Fails.
Only 16 points this time.
16 points. All right. And Ottardo.
Okay, so Ottardo is going to stride over here, and then he will try to snag the other fan's legs from under him.
Let's see.
Where is it? There.
Crit success, which means it lands. All right, so you really knock him out from under it, and it goes prone and takes 1 point of damage as it lands in the dirt.
And then he's gonna reply to him in Aklo. He's gonna say, "The gods bless, the sword arm protects."
Ooh. Ringing down your gnome flick mace on it. You cause a good amount of damage, but it's only injured. Souma.
Well, everyone runs away from the blessing, so the blessing will have to run up after them. So we'll. I think I ran correctly, right? So, well, she will run to the place of where Ottardo was. Sorry. That should be exactly 25 feet. And from that position, she will kick one piece of gravel from the ground to try to cast telekinetic projectile on the fallen enemy.
All right.
Oh, well, it was prone, of course. So yeah, of course she missed. And that was it.
And then all right, and there's Sandy.
All right. let go of me. And after he shakes it off, he will bring down his maul on this creature. Ooh. He cannot hit this guy for some reason. And we'll swing one more time.
And there's a hit.
There we go.
19 points of damage as both of you continue to pummel this creature.
He's just gonna swing a third time. Why not? Have a shield to raise.
Another hit.
Okay.
No, wait. Yes, another hit. Ooh, and this time, pretty good damage on that. Badly injured, lying at your feet, but still moving real quick as it uses its first action to just kind of jump to its feet. I don't know if either of you have a reaction to respond to that. It is a move type.
Yes, I do.
All right, so you can use your reactive strike here.
Finish it, Sandy.
No!
Finish it.
What? All right. But it manages to survive this, at least for this one more round. And it just is going to flail around, lashing out with its wicked-looking dagger, or kukri, in fact. First at Sandy, swinging and missing. Then again at Sandy, swinging and missing. And finally a bite, still focusing on Sandy, but also missing. That was all of its 4 actions, and then it is Bark.
Sure, I was thinking I would have to do something different, but I don't think so anymore.
Keep dropping them trees.
Bark's like, all lined up for me.
And oh, it's a success.
Half
But,
damage.
let's see. Oh,
Just 5 points. It was a bad roll.
5 points.
That's a
All
really
right.
bad roll.
Sidesteps most of the trees. Impact. I believe you have an action left.
Oh yeah. I'll cast Protect Companion just in case something weird happens.
Nice. And Ottardo. Oh, just wordlessly swings at the creature, strikes it, critical damage. Is this critical?
Nice.
Did I? Oh, I did not click the critical. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So then it takes double damage, and yeah, as you bring your flick mace down, you crush the skull. It topples over and then starts to dissolve very, very quickly. Fortitude save for Sandy and Ottardo. And why do I even bother? You quickly cover your
So many nat
exposed-
20s.
Yeah. You cover your exposed skin, you turn away from the creature, and you make it through until the gas has wafted away. Nice work. Okay. One thing that I have, or a new model that I've added and that I would like to try right now, to introduce to you. Maybe a little late, but we might be able to use it in the next campaign as well. If you go to the compendium section, there should be an entry called bestiary tracking macros. Do you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
And if you click on that, there should be a macro open bestiary. And if you pull that into your quick bar and then click on it, it should open a bestiary of some sort. And then when you click on
I got that.
Okay, and when you click on creatures, you should see all of these different tabs, and at the top there is one that's called In Combat, because I haven't yet formally ended the encounter.
Hold on, just one second. It's the one called Open Bestiary?
Yes.
Okay, so pull that.
And then in there, if you click on creatures, and then
Features
on
in combat. Okay.
yeah, do you see any entries in there?
Well,
Two
it says
unknown
unknown
creatures.
creature, yeah.
Okay, and if you click that, do you see like mostly empty sheet?
Yeah,
Well,
Jaws, Kakri, but
Yeah,
the
and the
numbers
necrotic
are
decay, so
massive.
apparently it shows us what we saw, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So
Oh.
it
Very
fills
cool.
out the stat blocks as you witness them in combat.
That's so
and
cool.
And if you
That's
roll
nice.
recall knowledge check, I can also like unhide certain features from the stat block. And
That's awesome.
Oh, it
yeah,
also shows
I
Call of
love
the
that.
Blood as well.
What's that?
It also shows the spell that it used.
Yes. It should show everything that it uses in combat. And then with recall knowledge, you can add things like names and AC and hit points and stuff like that.
Oh.
And
What a cool module.
yeah. So if you enjoy things like that, I think that could be fun to just kind of keep an eye on that.
Awesome.
All right. So now
Let's
I'm
start
gonna...
making an investigator for the next one.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to make an investigator.
There's a party of all investigators.
Dueling
Reno,
investigators.
in a trench coat.
Well, I have found a clue. No, I have found.
All right, that's 40 XP for the encounter. And hang on a second here while I do some housekeeping.
Bibbidi bop. Sorry, I forgot my mic was on for a second.
Where are we? Here we are. Okay. All right. I'm back. Okay. Yeah, you made it through the battle mostly untouched or hardly scratched, but you realize like this place, there are creatures living here. It's not called the hunting grounds for nothing. What do you want to do?
Do we see these sort of
Yeah, again,
characters, I
this is
guess?
kind of where the distances break down and stuff. I would say in the distance, you can see that there's some sort of fortification poking or barely visible between the patches of fungus in that direction, but it's not just 20 feet away.
Okay. Uh, well, I guess we should head for the lake. That's where the lens we have to fetch is, right?
Was it the lake? Maybe. Yeah, I can't remember honestly.
And it was an island, I believe, is what you were told.
That's right.
And that would make sense to assume that there's got to be a larger body of water around it. Okay, so you head to the northwest, following the sound of splashing water, maybe a little bit of thin fog wafting in from the lake that indeed stretches out in the northwestern part of this enormous cavern.
Really?
The waters of this murky lake that is massive. Again, the dimensions that, as we see it here, don't really correspond to real dimensions. And you see its waters somewhat shift ominously. There's a cloying, sickly mist. Sorry, there isn't that cloying, sickly mist that you've experienced in the waters on the level above. But still, these waters make you feel very uneasy, as you look into them, as if you're steering into an abyss. To the northeast, relatively far away, you can see buildings scattered around, the mushrooms hiding most of their exact silhouettes, but you see at least something that looks like a boathouse with a dock stretching into the waters, and some apparently larger buildings further to the east.
Well, I guess we
There aren't
can.
any canoes or anything, are there?
Well, it's still pretty far away, so you would have to move
Okay.
move on up and check it out. Okay.
I guess we go in the direction of the docks.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So
Mhm.
you move towards the docks. And you, as you draw near, you see yes, indeed, there is some kind of boathouse, modest in size, but at least that one dock that you see sticking out. There is also a kind of lodge of some kind to the east. It's a large stone structure, and beyond that structure and the boathouse, you see a huge round building, or a worked stone structure, and you realize that this must be still, even at this depth, the footprint of the Gauntlight. So that's peeking out kind of between the buildings. There's that lodge to the east. To the southeast, you also see some caverns stretching out. There might be more interesting structures there as well, but it's hard to tell without checking it out more closely. But your immediate interest, I guess, was towards the boathouse. So that's where you go. As you check out the boathouse, it's a squat stone building. It's only 8 feet high and kind of hugs the shore of the massive lake. You got to go a little further to get to the door, which is on this side of the building. The dock just juts from the building into the dark waters, and the door that you can see here is caked with mold and lichen, as if it hasn't been opened in years.
And the other building, is it this distance or a much larger one?
It's a little further away, so it's within reach, but it's not just 15 feet away. Sorry if this is all confusing, but it wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Well, Ottardo is going to give the door a try, and
It is locked.
Is it locked with a key or just with Agent Grime?
That's a good question. As you inspect it, you notice that yes, it is shut tight because it's just caked with mold. But under the mold, you notice that somebody a long time ago has nailed makeshift planks across the door on the outside.
Hmm.
Hang on. I happen to be a wood expert.
By all means, please.
Bark leans in close and inspects them, the wooded planks.
All right. They appear to be made of fungal wood, so that like thick material that the fungal stems are made of. It's quite solid, and yeah, they're nailed across the door. Nothing too spectacular about that. Would be easy to pry them off.
Birke raps on them with his paws and he says, myconic. Let's see. Do I have a warp wood spell or something? Not prepared. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, that should be easy enough to break. Go for it.
You want me just to smack it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Sandy will go up and probably with his maul, just give it a big hammer.
All right. Yep. You swing hard, and the moldy wood splinters and cracks. And at the latest, with the second blow, it gives way entirely, breaking open the door. And inside, you find, dust as the wood flies into the room and disturbs dust that's on the ground and starts to rise into the room, kind of floating around. And okay, and Sandy steps in, following the
Damn it.
door. As you do so, we're gonna go into an encounter here, and everyone will roll their regular perception.
My bad,
Please.
I fell in, guys.
That's totally fine. And I will have someone else roll something else. Okay, I'll just roll for Bark here.
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. All right, so Bark, technically your initiative is higher, but I will simply delay you until something happens. As Sandy kind of like stumbles with the momentum of his swing, he just kind of stumbles into the boathouse himself, tung tung tung, finding yourself inside. You look around, and to the north, in the darkness, because the light spells don't really fully illuminate the inside, but you can vaguely make out the outline of what looks like an old rowboat stowed away on the properly um, on one of the walls. And then you like kind of strain your eyes to see properly what it is, maybe taking a step closer towards it, when all of a sudden something comes jumping out from under the boat and just claws outstretched right into your face. And it looks something like this. Vaguely, ever so vaguely gnome-like. It reminds you somewhat of the gnomish mummies, bog mummies that you found a level above this one, but something must have happened to this one to make it particularly nasty looking. And it comes running out, or kind of darting out from under that boat, jumping right into your face and trying
Oh boy.
to slash you with its claws. Okay. And okay, give me a 42 save, please. All right. So, to your surprise, as it jumps out, claws forward, it actually kind of turns its hands around a little bit so that it doesn't actually end up slashing you. Instead, it just touches you. And for a second there, you feel a weird sensation as if something was tugging at your very soul. You see the chest of the creature kind of heave. You see these like skull-like emanations that are or apparitions that are floating around in his chest cavity. All of them like howls quietly at the same time, but nothing seems to happen to the great frustration of the creature itself. And I think this is all very audible, very obvious, and it's Bark's turn to respond to it.
Okay. Well, that thing seems bad, and I don't want to get too close to it. So, let's try. All of this stuff is. I don't want to just keep using. Oh, okay. Let's try to identify it. Let's recall knowledge.
All right, can you use the basic action macro for it?
Refocus, basic action macro. Recall knowledge. Do I have to target it before I do that, or...
No, that's okay. I think if you targeted it, would might help, but I think I know what I get what I need here. It's really hard to tell. You're not sure what kind of creature this is. As I've said, it reminds you of those mummies upstairs or a level above this one, but at the same time, it looks very, very different and behaves very differently too.
Let's see. Can you repeat a recall knowledge check, or is it once you try it, you're done?
I think on a failure you can try again. On a success you can gain new information, but the DC gets higher.
Okay, but on a crit fail, you wouldn't be able to.
I would assume.
Let's see. Crit fail, you could recall incorrect. The GM answers your question falsely. It decides to give you no information as on a failure. It doesn't say anything about retry.
I don't. I'm
Yeah.
looking at.
I don't think it says anything about retries.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try again before I engage any more with this thing. I've
Okay.
targeted it this time. No,
Okay.
don't repair. All knowledge. There we go.
Oh yeah, that does indeed help. Oh, that's really nice.
I spend a little more time thinking.
Yeah. Getting a lot of helpful things that I see here, but no, you still. I mean, you're thinking it over. Do you see anything that reminds you of those mummies? Maybe some inference you can make here about this creature, but no, it's too different.
Okay. Well, I've only got one action left. So I am going to use it to protect companion again, in case it does something out here.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, Ottardo.
Ottardo is going to move into the room.
Sorry,
He
I
has
was following.
Yep. He has enough movement to flank the creature, and well, when in doubt,
No doubt, critical hit. All
that's
right.
what my mama always said.
Well, that's hard upbringing. There you go. 34 points of damage. The creature, despite your swing catching it fully unaware, it was just so focused on Sandy, it still only seems to be barely injured after that.
He's going to try again, and that's his turn.
All right, Souma.
Yeah, Simon. I have some reasons. Sometimes you see the creature into the building, or sometimes I can't. what's the proper thing? I mean, can someone see it?
I think if you move your mouse cursor over the house, it removes the roof, and then you can see what you see.
Oh,
Does
I
that
see.
work?
Yeah, it's probably the thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
she can see at least like a piece of it, right?
Yes. Yes.
To target it with the with the cantrip. So okay, so she can. Someone will then. She already prepared her loot, so she will start inspire defense, and from after that it will be the vitality lash.
All right, and it'll try to save, but fails.
Boom.
And it does seem to take damage, so it does appear to be undead. Or at least, yeah, suffer from vitality damage. But I guess you can tell that it's not vulnerable to it.
Well,
Weak.
yeah. At this point, I think I'm not sure we have seen undead that are specifically weak to the vitality damage now.
Oh, you have.
Because I mean, the ghouls were kind of ambivalent to that. Like,
Is that your turn?
yeah. That's,
All right, and Sandy.
All right. Sandy is freaked out by this smaller thing jumping at him crazily from. Where did they come from? Under the boat? Did you say?
From under the boat, yep. Was hiding there.
And he'll just swing at it.
Okay. Hitting it awkwardly for 13 points.
Yeah. Hit it. Try to swing at it again. Ooh, critical miss. Man, I always. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing again.
You haven't raged yet, just saying.
Oh, you're right. That damage is probably wrong then. Because I think my rage is still on from last time. I don't think it went off.
No, it doesn't look like you're raging.
Oh, okay.
I think it turns it off when I end the combat. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I don't. All right. Oops, there we go.
There we go, and Sandy gets mad. Okay, then it's this creature's turns again. It is muttering more to itself than to you, more likely, in a language none of you understand. It sounds alien and almost as if the words don't come out of the creature's mouth, but come from some dark place in its non-existent soul. And it will move. Yeah, I think it'll move a little bit over here into the corner. Does that trigger a reactive strike? Matt? Okay, maybe you stepped away. Well,
sorry. I'm here. What did you ask? I'm sorry.
It moved away from.
Oh, yes, I'll swing. I'm sorry. My
That's
son
okay.
came in.
No problem. There's a hit. 20 points of damage.
There we go.
And then it will target you with a spell, however, and try to paralyze you once more. Hit that will save, please. And you succeed.
Stunned one.
You're stunned one. Okay. That is its turn. Bark.
Yeah, well, Vitality Lash looked effective, so let's try that. I think I have to get a little closer, though. technically I can hit it from here because it's at 30 feet. Is that okay? I can see it and
With a vitality lash, yeah, that's fine.
because it's not even an attack; it's a fortitude save. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's enough for targeting with a spell. Okay, that's a basic or regular success. So it takes only 13 points of damage from this.
and then yeah, they've moved into the room, so I guess I'll move up a little bit too, so I can get a little better view of what's going on. That's it.
Okay, Ottardo.
Ottardo is going to move up to it and then try to trip it.
Okay.
Yeah, watch out, it might explode.
That's a failure.
Failure, and he'll follow up with an attempt at a strike.
That's a hit. 18 points of damage. And then it's Souma.
Well, let's just repeat what we did before. It seemed to be working, so it's again the Rallying Anthem and Vitality Lash.
Yeah. There, a success, so we'll see.
Well, it's
how
not much,
damage
but
we get.
something.
We get 8 points. Chipping away. I mean, it is badly injured, clearly. Desperate, cornered Sandy.
Sandy, seeing that, will advance on it. So he's stunned 1. So I step and swing 1.
Yes. And miss. Alright, with its back to the wall, cornered in here, it just starts lashing out with its claws in a wild display. And Sandy looks like he might be easier to scratch, I guess, so we'll focus on him. There's an attack.
Yeah.
And we'll get 25 points of damage as it brutally slashes you. 19 points of those you actually take. Okay. You need to do a fortitude save as its weird-looking claws dig into your flesh. And you're okay. But nonetheless, the creature gains 10 temporary hit points. As it seems to not only relish in the violence, but also seem to actually drain the life out of you. And we'll do another attack. Another hit.
Oh, that's right.
22 points of damage and another fortitude save.
All right.
All right. And once again, that would be 10 temporary hit points. They don't stack. Is that right?
I don't believe so.
Yeah. I think that sounds right to me too. All right. And then one final last desperate attack, which actually hits for another 24 points of damage and another fortitude save. Ooh, this time you fail and you feel drained as its continued draining of your essence leaves you somewhat physically and mentally weakened. All right, that's its turn. Bark.
Yeah, you can only have 10 hit points from one source at a time.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, Bark is like, you guys are doing great in there. Keep it up.
Thanks, Bark.
All right. Let's see that save.
Damn
It
it.
succeeds, so avoids the vitality.
You guys are fine. You guys got this. Dick. It's gonna keep protecting you. Fark is watching their Sandy get beat on, and he's like, "It's okay, Stick. Don't look. Don't watch."
So
All right,
Okay,
and
so-
that's Ottardo.
Ottardo's going to try to grip it again. Fail
Failed.
again. And this time he'll mark the creature with the smite
Hmm.
and then attempt to strike it. Miss.
Miss. And then it's Soma's turn.
Okay. Let's try another thing. So we continue inspiring defense. But I think I'll try to fix Sandy a little bit. And I'll try to cast.
felt better.
I'll try to cast heal from the healing beads or prayer beads on him with 2 actions, which makes a beam. However, I'm not sure which level the prayer beads make the healing.
Turn of ordinary looking prayer beads glows with a soft light, becomes warm to the touch the first time you cast a divine spell while holding it. When you do, the prayer beads become attuned to your deity, changing the form of iconography. When you cast a divine spell from your own spell slots while holding the prayer beads, you recover 1 hit point. Positive healing effect. If it was a healing spell, you grant this additional healing to one of the spell's targets instead of yourself. Yeah, so 1 hit point.
Well, I mean, I can cast a heal once per day from them, right?
No, you cast your actual heal, and when you do that, the prayer beads give you an additional hit point that you heal. But you don't use it to cast heal.
I think you can do cast a spell on top of the 1 hit point thing.
Oh, so those are in addition to? I guess, yeah, you're right.
I think so.
Activate cast spell, effect, cast bless, or heal. Each one's put it. Yep, okay. But they don't take the benefit of the recover 1 hit point because that is when you cast it from your own spell slots.
Maybe. Well, I'm going to assume that it's cast from the first rank.
It's an item. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, go for it.
Well, that wasn't much, but that'll be it.
No,
Right.
something.
Here goes Sandy.
All right. Sandy wants this thing dead for sure after that brutal barrage she took last time. Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
Missing by a mile with the first one. And
Oh,
again with the second.
Sandy.
This thing is fast.
Yeah. I think he's gonna take a step back.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, he's like not used to not being able to hit this small little thing.
right.
Doesn't like. Yeah. That's the turn.
You do, but it won't let off. It just
Yeah.
takes a step towards you and then continues to jump at your face. Critically hitting. That's not good. 54 points of damage. And then the second, oops, sorry, we're gonna have to do, okay, so it misses with the second, but we forgot the fortitude save. But you could succeed. Okay, so that's fine. But it regains the 10 hit points, the 10 temporary hit points, because it has taken that damage since then. All right, that's its turn. Bark.
Bark's like, Sandy, what are you doing in there? And he's gonna Vitality Lash again. Hopefully this thing fails this time. There we
Yes,
go. Kind of crummy damage.
but still a good amount, but not destroyed it yet.
And then he's gonna be like, Stick, help Sandy out. And Stick can use his administer potion thing in his long arms to snatch a potion, reach way over to where Sandy is, through the door, and just tip the potion in his mouth. So you are going to. Oh, did I not redo this since I read? Oh, that's crafting. Inventory. Okay. Have a elixir of life. Use 32 points of healing.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's a very good amount. Okay,
And I'm done.
Ottardo.
Good thing, Sandy. You drew it out.
Nah.
That was my plan.
There we go. 17 points of damage in the back. And then a miss. And that's
And
Ottardo.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, step into attacks. Souma.
Well, let's just finish it and hope that it doesn't explode. Inspire defense on everyone and vitality lash.
Slash, slash, slash. Fails.
Blam.
23 points of damage is almost enough, but not quite. And then it's Sandy.
All right, come on, Sandy, hit
Sorry.
this thing. He will swing. Oh my goodness.
Something is throwing Sandy
Yeah.
off.
There
Oh,
we
here we
go.
go. There we go. On the backhand.
There
19
we go.
damage. And lots of frustration and anger in this one as he brings his hammer down and smashes the creature's chest. And for once, it doesn't explode.
Nice.
Right, that's 60 XP for everyone. And we return to the scene.
Did we get XP for the last one? I think I missed how much it was.
Total should be 449.
Okay.
All right, so as you take down the creature, which just kind of tumbles to the floor and its body lying there badly mangled, now that it's dead, it curiously looks even more like those gnomes above you. It's weird, but maybe you'll never know what exactly this creature is. The boathouse itself, it's mostly empty. There's just dust and some signs of the creature's pacing and presence in general. But clearly, there's a boat, and inside that boat, there's very visibly an old, small sea chest.
I tried to move it out and it didn't allow me.
Unusual.
Oh, you tried to loot it and it didn't let you loot it?
No, move it.
Move. Yeah, you don't need to move it. You can just drag the icon, the items in there.
This appears very unusual.
Then,
Indeed, it
yep.
is filled with a few unusual objects. I don't think it's giving you a lot of description of the objects here. So
No.
there's one dagger, which is covered in runes. There is also well, it looks like just a piece of leather with a magical rune inscribed on top of it. And then there is this unusual looking liquid.
Can I attempt to identify?
Hang on here, I'm not sure if the liquid is actually correct. Yeah, it's not a liquid. It's a feather. But even though it just appears to be a simple feather from some exotic bird, the feather's shaft is dipped in gold and bears a single arcane rune. So it's clearly just a regular feather. All right. So you want to take a look at some of these things?
Well, yeah.
Sure.
All right. Which one do we want to start with?
Let's start with the liquid or the feather. I mean, let's start with the feather.
All right. So we have a couple of skill checks you can try.
Can I use crafting on any of these, or is that? I think you need a feat for that, don't you?
I think you do.
Okay.
I think alchemical items you would be able to identify with crafting, but not these.
Okay, then I will just do a nature check because that's what I'm good at.
Ooh, nice. This is a feather token, and this particular one can be interacted with to create a swan-shaped boat, and quite sizable, capable of carrying up to 32 medium creatures.
Damn.
So,
it lasts for 1 day, but then it would dissolve.
And it's sitting in this rowboat. It's kind of funny.
Yep.
So Bark looks at it and he says, "It's a balloon feather token." Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, that's a swan. Never mind. Sorry, it's just a swan tree boat feather token. Man, there's a lot of feather tokens.
Sure is.
Where's the boat one though?
Should be swan boat is what it's called.
Feather token miniature.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you have a rowboat, and then as your basically emergency escape, you have a huge boat.
Yeah.
For 30 people. Yeah, the
Far
opposite.
larger boat. Okay. I Bark's like, should I just hold on to this for now?
Yeah, I think so.
It's light enough. Do you want me to try to identify anything else, or just someone else?
You go for it.
I don't think nature's going to help us much on the dagger, but maybe the leather strap, the leather thing.
I could try it, of course.
Yeah, you do it.
I like these dice rolling.
I wouldn't either if I were you. Which one? The leather piece with the rune on inscribed on top of it.
Yes. So let's Souma try it.
All right. Souma is trying that. Okay, so you're trying that at the same time. You can't. I mean, it's clearly some sort of magical rune, but you can't really figure out which one. You can try again tomorrow.
Here, let me have a look at it.
During those 10 minutes, Ottardo is going to grant some healing to Sandy and then refocus.
Thank you.
Let's see. I can try the rune. Maybe it's a nature rune.
Yes, you should be able to try it. Oh man, look at that! That's the second critical success in a row here for you. You identify it as an armor potency rune plus
Oh,
2.
shit.
Whoa. Nice.
Dang. Wow, this thing's worth a lot of gold. Can't wait to sell it.
But we have, but we have hung out here now for 20 minutes. So what we're gonna do is the following. I mean, Soma, for 10 of those minutes, you tried identifying something. Ottardo, you spent 10 minutes. What's it called? Laying on hands or refocusing. That's right. Anything else that anyone wants to do in these 20 minutes that we've already spent? Bark, you already have spent them for identifying things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Sandy has anything.
Okay, so you just
Can
kind of
you
hang out.
get off a second lay on hands? This is 20 minutes.
Sam?
Sorry?
A second lay of hands.
Can you do 2 lay
Yeah.
on hands since it's 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, I will try to
You can just take
identify
the same
dagger
healing
then
again.
as well.
Take the same again? Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
That's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice. All right, so, yeah, as you're in the boathouse, looking through the unexpected treasures that you find inside that boat, identifying some of them. Okay, so someone would like to identify the dagger. Okay, so let me just catch up on that because that might be relevant for what's ahead here. All right, but you can't really figure it out. You're welcome to take it, but you can't really figure out what magic the dagger possesses. All right, and as you're inside here for these 20 minutes, and Barg hands over the magical items that he successfully identified. I don't know if you hold on to the armor rune. It's not really that important, but you hear something outside the boathouse, which kind of like makes the fur in the back of your head stand up. Something's out there. You're pretty sure. Your turn.
Our turn.
Bark's
Something's
turn.
out there. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I closed the door. I would if the
Oh.
game wasn't paused.
Oh, sorry about that.
I say, I close the door, I turn to the others, and I say, something's out there. And then I back away from the door.
All right. And then it is Sandy's turn.
What was it? He'll step in front of Bark.
I don't know.
Actually,
Just something.
He'll move over here. And he'll rage. I can't. And reading something is 2 actions, correct?
Yeah.
So I don't think he can do that. With moving in. So yeah, he'll move here and rage.
And rage.
Yeah.
Just, something's out there that makes me mad.
Yeah. It's showtime, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Ottardo. Apparently something's out there.
Don't you want to talk to whatever is out there? That's what you usually do. And he's gonna move and he's gonna raise his shield.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay. So as you all get ready, you watch the door carefully.
I think you
What?
skipped me.
No, I didn't. Because Soma just takes maybe a little longer to like figure out the dagger.
Okay.
And not your turn yet. But the other three are watching the door because apparently there was something moving out there that set off Bark. And then slowly the door opens and you're getting ready for whatever might come jumping into the room. But instead, you just briefly see the hooded head and a bowl kind of like peeking around the corner, quickly taking in the constellation in the room and then setting off a shot. All right, so let's take a look here. We have this guy here leaning in. I'm just going to say, just so that you can see it properly, but it didn't actually have to step for this. So one action to open the door, looking inside, picking a target. Ottardo clearly being heavily armored, but Sandy not as much, I think, right? And we'll just shoot. And looks like, hang on, I have it on private. I don't need to have it on private. So the first shot misses, and the second shot misses as well. That's its turn, but then another head pokes around the corner, similarly covered in these dark black bluish cloaks, and also firing off one shot, two shots, three shots, a barrage of arrows that seems to not do anything. And then it's Soma's turn.
All right. Let's try to do unorthodox tactic again, and I will cast Bless once more. This time from my loot, because I have several items loaded with blessings. So that would be one, or it would be two actions.
Two actions, yeah.
And Inspire Defense, one action.
All right. Then it's Bark.
Get that Inspired Defense. Bark is gonna be like, Are those drow? I thought they were on our side.
Are they? Try recall knowledge.
Or was there multiple groups of drow? Yeah, I'll try recall knowledge. Why not? I want to make something stick in that new macro that we
you can target this one and then it should help us.
Hang on, I need to open the macro thing and recall knowledge. There we go.
All right. Okay. Yeah, at first glance, you thought it was a drow, but then you remember the Caligny that you fought on the level above. And they look somewhat similar, but their skin color ranges more into the gray. So you think you might be dealing with those.
Bark's like, damn it. All these people have slightly different shades of skin tone.
Yes, exactly. That's why it's so hard to tell.
Not translate well.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you this is a Caligny Defender, and I'm going to give you one question besides the type Caligny humanoid.
Does it explode?
In fact, it does. It has the death flame ability. When it dies, you would expect at least that it dies just like all the other Caligny in a 20-foot burst of fire and white hot flame.
Yep, this one's a boomer too. Let's see. That was one
Boomer.
action.
Boomers.
Well, since they seem real intent on being in our doorway, let's make the doorway slightly less hospitable. I'm going to cast. I hope this doesn't interfere with my allies in a moment, but whatever, we'll just do it. Pebble Storm. And I'm going to place it right about... Oh, I have to... Really? Can't do that? Okay. Well, look out, Ottardo. What if can I move up? No, just... Oh, can I see there? Can I see far enough to put it there? Sorry, I'm messing. Just trying to find a good spot to stick it. Okay, whatever. It's gonna have to be something like this.
Ooh.
Sorry, Ottardo.
Some of the petals flowing into the room here.
Yeah.
All right, that's a reflex save for this one, which it fails, and a reflex save for that one.
And it's gonna be a whole 8. Wow, a whole 8 points of damage.
Okay, first one takes 4, the second one takes 8. Okay. As the petals start cutting them.
A creature only once per round. Okay. All right. So, but it's still up there for a while. It's up for a minute. So.
Okay.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. Then Sandy.
Hey, I don't think Sandy wants to go into that. If I step here, am I in it?
Nope.
No.
Okay. I will step here and ready a strike for anything that appears in the doorway.
Okay.
Oh wait, can I ready if I can't concentrate?
I don't think Ready has a concentrate,
Okay.
right?
I thought it did.
Oh, it does actually.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Kind of. So I can't do that.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a tactical move, I guess.
Yeah, Sandy's
Too
not
bad.
that tactical. Yeah. He's thinking of the vibes too much. He's I hate to just pass, but I don't really want to go sit in that storm.
Oh, just go in the storm. How bad could it be?
Yeah, Sandy's raging. He probably honestly wouldn't
Just a couple of
hesitate.
petals. Come on.
So instead of stepping there, he'll step.
And it triggers when you enter the area, so you have to make a
Okay.
reflex save.
Where's that?
There you go. Take
Should I
half
roll
damage.
more damage?
Should I take half of that? Okay. You want to roll, or you want me to take half of the 8?
No, we will roll new damage, new
Okay.
instance here.
It's 13 points. Sorry, Sandy.
Oh, half of that.
It's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
So the blue is this storm, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I can get out of it by going here, and that'll end
Yeah.
my movement. And then I will swing on this guy.
Okay.
I will rage and then swing. God, I remember.
Isn't...
Oh, I already raged. I just haven't.
You already
put it on
raged, yeah.
Oh,
yet. Okay, so I'll swing.
nice.
Ooh.
There we go. Oh, it's gonna be nice.
Ooh.
Ouch. Oh my god.
That's a hefty swing. You almost feel like, oh, you're gonna come out triumphant here, killing one in one blow, but no, these guys
Alright.
are harder than they look. Still,
That's
oh,
fortitude
first
save.
I have to do the fortitude save first. Not an automatic, so it succeeds.
All right. And did I rage on this turn, or was it a turn
Yeah,
before?
you did. You raged early. You raged in the very
Okay.
as soon as Park
So
said something out there, you got
that's
mad.
right. That's right. All right, and then I will do a second strike and miss, and that's my turn.
That's all right. Ottardo.
Would Ottardo be able to target this way through the doorway? He does have the reach.
Well, they would have greater cover, I think. Definitely at least cover.
Okay. He's gonna give it a try for one turn, so he's going to defensive advance into the corner of the room and then target the Caligny up north. You let me know if that's still a hit or not.
That is a hit. Oh, so the one in the north. Okay, sorry. But that's still a hit, yeah. 15 points, okay.
And then last action, he's going to try again. And miss.
Okay, and then it's this one's turn here. You hear him call out to his companion in a language none of you understand, and then it slams the door shut. And
At the start of its turn, it should trigger the pedal storm again. Just
right, but isn't it only once per round, so it wouldn't take any damage anyway?
I thought it was once per turn.
I think it's it per round.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Per round. Sorry.
So that's that, and then what is the? Sorry, trying to figure this out. What the best way to do this is? Two actions. Okay, that's too much here. It's also untrained in this. Okay, so then just slams the door shut, calls something over to his companion, and then starts running. Sandy, you can see it start running towards that bigger building to the east, and at fastest speed. So that's 50 feet that it manages to. So next round it should be able to get to the door. So I'm just going to add 50 here to it just to show you that it's 50 feet away. Basically, it's not 50 feet high. The one in front of you, suddenly alone, is going to try to step around you. It's just a single step, still within the pedals at this point, but they don't seem to hurt that much, so it's not going to be too upset about it. And then dropping its bow, it draws its short sword, which is glistening with a black oozing oil on top of the blade. So it's a step, it's a draw, and then it's a strike. But it misses by 1.
All right.
Grrr. Souma.
Okay. Let's keep the inspired defense going, and at this point it begins for me to hard to target anything, so I would have to move. Door closed, right? Or
Door is currently closed.
Okay, I will cast shield on myself, and I will be ready for the next round to target someone who goes in.
Okay. Park.
Let's see. Bark is like probably a bad call on the pedal storm. Let's see. Go around the back. Yeah, go around the back.
You move over, you try the door, it's locked. Or blocked. Maybe barricaded just like the front door.
I guess that's 2 actions.
You could use the third to try to break through it. I mean, the wood was pretty moldy and
Sure.
not would
Bark
stand
with
up
his
a lot.
superior strength is going to try to break through the door.
who knows?
Is it just strength or is it?
There should be a macro in the basic action macro. I think force open.
Force open. Force open.
Oh yes, and the crumbly wood just gives in pretty easily.
Mark's a little stronger than he looks. He's kind of a tough little guy. Unfortunately, I'm out of actions though, so I'm just gonna stand there in the open doorway.
Yeah, and you see that there's another dock that extends into the lake to the north. And Sandy.
All right, Sandy's gonna try and kill this guy. He'll bellow out. I don't know. One of them's running. Swing.
I will
This
say
one.
though that they are now. I mean, there's still some lingering light from the various bioluminescent fungi nearby, but you are in dim light for sure.
Okay.
So, since you don't have any special
I probably
vision,
can't see him. Got it.
it does have concealment, and the one that has run off, you can't see anymore.
Okay. This one has concealment. The one next to me.
Yeah, I'll put that on it. Here we go. So you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Perfect.
Actually, you do because you need to roll that flat check. But I think it comes as part of your attack.
There we go.
Well, you made it.
Unfortunate.
That's a
swing
miss.
the second time.
That is a concealment.
Not the one I wanted the natural 20 on.
Close, but a miss.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I guess he'll just swing again. I mean, yeah.
Hope for that 20.
Yeah.
That's a miss. All right, Ottardo.
Ottardo's going to open the door and not see the one guy that was there, so I guess he's the one that's running. I guess he will step through. So that's 1, 2. Whoops. 1.
Ottardo, watch out for the pedals!
Yeah, as soon as you step
Well,
in, you need to do
yeah.
that reflex save.
The pedals, Ottardo, the pedals!
They're devastating. Killer pedal.
Where are they? Where are they? There.
Oh, you take full damage.
Oh. No! I'm sorry! I can't dismiss it! They're just there!
Oh, you can't dismiss it. Let's think here. Well, it's fine. We'll say this was his defensive advance, so he'll raise. Oh no! Also, the plus 50 means that he's that far, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, in that
50 feet
case, so
further than this.
okay. He will not catch up with him, but he will be able to position himself over there. And that's the turn for Ottardo.
Okay. And that means that the Caligni's turn comes up. All right, so it uses 2 move actions to run over to that big house and then open the door And even from this distance, you can hear him yell and shout and raise a ruckus, as he is clearly calling for reinforcements. So let's take those, add them to the initiative, and roll for them. Well, we'll roll for them at the end of the round. How about that? All right, that was its turn. The other one who's holding the line here, somewhat abandoned by its companion, is going to step out. Well, first, now a full round has passed, so it's going to have to roll the save against the deadly petals. Scrolly, scrolly. There it is. Success. So once again, scrolly. What's the damage? Oh, there's the damage. All right, so it takes half of that. Maybe it's not even worth the action then. No, it is. Steps over here, targeting Sandy. It's no longer concealed from you now that Ottardo has stepped out and brought his light source with him. But there's still that black stuff dripping from the blade as it manages to strike you for 9 points of damage, and then I will need a... can you roll just a fortitude save with no prompt?
Yes. Ugh.
Oh, okay. You're okay. Yeah, so most of the black ooze just kind of like you shake it off your arm where you got wounded. You don't think anything got in there.
All right.
Or at least not enough to hurt you. And then it's Soma's turn. Curtis?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot push to talk. The Caligny is within 100 feet now. I will have to try to draw my bow and try to hit it then. Let's try to move a little bit to the edge of the petal storm, draw the bow, and try to target it.
Oh, try a long shot.
Yes.
120 feet away. I think we'll have to add that range increment or range penalty ourselves because there's no way for the automation to pick that up. See the attack roll though.
Well,
Oh, you just show off your bow?
yeah, I mean, it does list the range increment in the stats of the bow, so maybe it will.
Yeah, so you're within the third increment, so you take 2 penalties.
So how should I put it? Oh, wait, it seems to put
roll,
a range
figure it out.
penalty in there.
Oh, there you go. Whoa, but that has the range penalty in there? This was 2 penalties?
It says -2.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
it for each? Is it -1 for each increment?
I don't know.
We rarely ever use these. So does anyone know if the range
Oh.
increment?
I don't.
I don't know. I guess it takes into account the actual distance, but not your distance.
So it's
Yeah, attack rolls
-2.
beyond. Yeah, for each
Yeah, it's a
additional.
-2 for each additional increment beyond the first. So, but
Yeah.
that means, so up to 60 it would be 0, and then up to 120 it would be -2, and then it should be -4 now. So that means that it's a miss because it was hit plus, so it hit the AC exactly, but with the range, it doesn't have enough momentum. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, let's see. That was the end of the round, I believe. So we'll go and go to the top. Bark, your turn.
Bark is gonna step out on the dock to see what he can see.
All right, you step out on the dock, which is also just wet and moldy and somewhat rickety, but it does seem to bear your weight okay. The water's still as unsettlingly dark and just that sense of depth that they give off. You see in the far, far distance some strange glow that seems to be coming from some sort of crystalline structures growing on some remote islands over there. And if you look over to the east, it's just a quick hop to the shore, or just wading through like 2 or 3 feet of water horizontally to get to the
Okay.
shore, and then around the building. Yeah, so
I
that's what
will
you see.
continue my movement then.
Mhm.
10, 15, 20, 25. Get right to the edge of my pedal storm so I can see what's going on. So I see someone 100 feet away, and I see this guy fighting Sandy. And I don't know if I have any spells that can help at that range. Well, Pedal Storm has 120 foot casting range, but
Yeah, well, there you go.
I've already used it. Damn, can I even get to the one here? Okay, that's 30 feet. Okay, I think I can do something. Okay, this is the only thing that could potentially be helpful, so I guess we'll throw this one down. Tanglevine. So it is I have to make an attack roll against that guy. 34 to hit.
That's a hit. Yeah, regular success or regular hit, I guess.
So it takes a minus 10 foot circumstance penalty to its speeds for 1 round. That's all.
Okay.
Much more of an up close and personal kind of druid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, Sandy.
Okay, Sandy, let's hit some stuff. Gonna swing on this guy. There we
Go
go.
ahead. And another brutal swing, and the Caligny is clearly brutally injured, but still fighting on.
Oh,
Misses with a second. And with third. Okay, let's see. From the building in the distance, you can see another Caligny defender spilling out and starting to run towards the scene here. So that one's going to be 50 feet away at this point. Kind of coming towards you. Ottardo.
Okay. 50 feet away. And the one up top went beyond the building, is that it?
No, into the building. Or they just
Into.
opened the door and yelled into the building. It's still standing there, basically. Just get fetching his companions.
So they should be the same?
No, one is at 100 feet, right at the house, and the other one came running out of the house and is running towards you, so it's 50 feet.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
Does that make sense?
Second.
Right, you're breaking up.
You
there,
are breaking up.
Sorry. So I guess the building, not right at the door.
You're breaking up there. So this one here has run 50 feet away from the house and is kind of halfway between you and the building. And this one here is standing still near the front entrance of the building, 100 feet away. Okay. All right. So, what's your speed? 20 feet. So, okay. So you can use all 3 moves, or how many strides?
I'm just double checking one thing here. Yeah, that would be yeah. So it will be all 3 strides.
Okay. So you run right up to him and meet him around 50 feet away. So I'm going to put that here as plus 50 as well. Okay. Who's this? This is the one who's at the door. He's going to come running towards the scene here where Ottardo is trying to intercept the other one that has already run your way. They're both now shoulder to shoulder, and they kind of snap in formation as they do so. You can see that they've clearly been trained to work together as a team, and that's not good, I'm sure. So it has 1 action left, which it's going to use to try to strike you, hitting and doing 14 points of damage, but then an additional 7 points because it is shoulder to shoulder with its buddy. And I will need you to make a fortitude save, Ottardo. Just roll straight up fortitude, please. All right, so you also can see some of that black ooze that they smear onto their blades kind of run off your armor, but nothing seemed to have seeped into the wound. All right, so where are we now? Unselect everyone. Here we are. Which one is this? This is the one that's fighting Sandy. You don't know what drives them, but Sandy, you gotta respect their tenacity. It continues to try to hit you with its short sword, missing with the first 2, but then getting a lucky crit in with the last one. 22 points of damage.
Oof. I take the 3rd swing too. It's metal.
In the meantime, as the battle rages now in 2 places, more of the Caligni spill out of the building. So this one starts running and is about 70 feet away. Let me make sure I have everyone visible. It needs to be visible. Okay. And then Souma.
Well, it seems to be mighty unfair that only they get more people. So let's place a flame drake somewhere within 30 feet of Soma, which will, I suppose it will be beyond the leaf storm, right? And somewhere halfway to these guys.
30 feet from Soma, 10, 20, yeah, just outside that petal storm, basically. What is it, a flame drake?
Yes.
Okay. Here it is. And I'll give you control. Karnas has ownership of it.
Thank you.
And then we can put it... okay, let's just give it a +5, basically. Let's keep it simple. We'll put it at +30, even though that doesn't really account for the distance between that is on the map, but let's keep it simple. So this is 30 feet away. There's a fight here between Ottardo and 2 of the defenders 50 feet away, and then a 3rd defender is coming out of the house and is 70 feet away, kind of halfway between the skirmish and the main building.
Okay.
Soma?
Well, Soma spent her free actions, and Drake now has two actions that he makes immediately, which means he will close this one and try to bite him.
Okay, so you make it all the way up to the 50 feet, and with 1 action, and then the second action, it has 2 actions?
Yes, it will. Well, it will miss. That's it.
Okay. All right. Another defender spills out of the house. You have again
God.
starting to get worried how many might be in there. And starts running towards the group, also making it up to 70 feet away. And then it's Bark.
Yeah. Bark is, since these buildings are spread out, can Bark actually run around the pedal storm over here?
Yes.
Okay. So he'll move 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. So he, I don't know. I know this map is all funky, but he's essentially moving like this around the pedal storm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I don't know where that's going to put him.
Yeah, that would be 25. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, you mean relative to the group?
Yeah.
I think the way we've been counting, you're basically now at plus 20.
Okay.
So you're 30 feet away from the skirmish.
Is that close enough for me to hit Ottardo with a 30-foot reach spell?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, "Don't worry, Ottardo, I got you." And oh shoot, this is, hang on, that's for myself. Okay. I don't know if this is actually gonna help Ottardo or not, but this is the day of bad spell choices, so
Nice.
large Ottardo. This way more
Nice.
people can hit you at the same time.
You said I should provide more flanking. All right, I think Ottardo, you need to pull that effect onto yourself, and then it should enlarge your token as well.
Okay. Let's see.
And then it's Sandy's turn.
I'm gonna try and kill this thing. Sorry.
All right. Go for it.
Let's do this. Thank
That's a
you,
hit.
Sandy.
Sandy hits, Sandy scores, and he kills the creature. And of course, we're back to exploding enemies.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 20-foot burst, but thankfully,
Everyone else is out of it.
I'm going to say that Bark, you're just out of reach of that burst. You can kind of feel it singe the back of your paws, and Sandy, you're of course in the thick of it. So give me that reflex save. All right, you succeed though, so you only take half of this damage.
Whoa.
Yup.
Okay, that's brutal.
They go boom big time. That was one action though. So you
okay, and then he'll use, so he's got 50 feet away. Yeah, I think I can I get to them and use, oh, it like gives me a tool to measure that. That's cool. Doesn't really work with this.
Yeah, with the way that it's
yeah.
weird here, but
oops, I lost my token under it. What do you do? Q again to get the
Z.
Oh, thank you. And I will come up to.
But can you get
there?
Because that's.
Yeah, Ottardo's actually there. Ottardo's actually in the way. So I mean, all these tokens.
Oh,
here,
okay.
So you would have to run around him.
So I'll just stride twice to get as close as I can to the melee. I don't think I can get.
Yeah, let me put you somewhere where it would make sense. So basically, since this one is still 70 feet away, I think you would run up to this point here. But that's where your turn ends.
Okay.
All right, and then we have these two defenders here that are engaging in battle with you. Ottardo has gotten bigger; they don't like that. But then there's a bloody barbarian that comes charging that way, so they don't like that either. And that one seems to be easier to take down because he's already so badly injured. So it's going to target you, Sandy, and strike you with its short sword, hitting you
Yeah.
for 13 points of damage, and thanks to its buddy, that's an additional 6 points on top.
Ottardo is going to use his reaction here, so that's
Here we go.
12 points
Thank
of
you, thank you.
resistance.
Okay.
And
12 back.
I miss.
Okay, and this is
Missed a
additional
lot there.
damage, so it is not two sources of damage, so you basically have 19 points of damage and then resistance 12.
12. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so that was the first action of it. Now the second action is another swing, is another hit, is another...
Maybe I shouldn't have rushed in.
20 points of damage, and then the third action is one more attempt, but that one misses. Ottardo.
Okay, Ottardo is going to attempt to rip. Fail. And then for he is going to lay hands on Sandy,
Oh, thank you.
and for his last action, he's going to
Hang on. As you do that, you trigger reactive strikes from both of the defenders
Oh.
near you. The first one misses. The second one critically hits.
Whoa.
Or, well, there's another 18 on top of that, so that's 46 in total. Because the additional damage would also be doubled. Yep, thank you. All right, so, all right. But that doesn't interrupt your spell casting, so you
I
can still...
think the critical hit. Maybe I need to double check how.
You're right. Yes, I think you're right. Let me see. Attack of opportunity. If the attack is a critical hit and the trigger was a manipulate action, the monster disrupts the action. Yep, you're right.
Oh, damn.
Hold on. Yeah, it does have manipulate. Okay, yeah. No healing for you.
Brutal. This isn't going well.
And for his last action, he is going to attempt a strike.
That's a hit. 20 points of damage. Definitely injures the creature. All right. That's Ottardo.
Yep.
And now we have the Calignes. Okay, so this one is going to seize the opportunity of taking one of you out, which looks like Sandy is not going to last much longer. So it's targeting, hitting, and doing 18 points of damage, followed up by a second attack.
Hold on.
Right.
That one? I think it is within reach of Ottardo, so
Yes, absolutely.
he will use his reaction. So that's 12 points of resistance to Sandy,
Okay,
and the
so-
reaction.
All right, and it's this one. This one here.
Oh, sorry, I thought.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
that's
This
one.
one,
But
right?
doesn't matter. It's still everything's valid. Okay, that's a hit. 11 points of damage that you do to it. Okay.
Sorry. Can I just re-roll because I didn't pick. It's just there's a. I'll just re-roll the damage, but you can take the first damage. Like this, because there should be
Oh, yeah.
the 4 persistent.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's okay. We'll take that one. I just undo this and then apply this. Okay. And then it comes up with a second swing against Sandy, which is another hit for this much damage plus this much damage, so 15 points. And a third and final desperate attempt is a miss. Okay, as we move on, it'll have to try to recover. So first we apply the persistent, and then we recover. But we fail. Okay, another one of the Calignes is still a little distance away here, but it's gonna break out its short bow and shoot at Sandy from a distance, missing with the first one, missing with the second one, and missing with the third one. Just a barrage of arrows hitting left and right Sandy, raining down from above. Souma.
All right. Okay. I really should probably be there, but there is a petal storm in the way. So one action
It's
needs to be used.
impassable.
Yeah, I know.
It's certain death.
Yeah, one action has to be used to sustain the dragon. So when I sustain the dragon, it gets 2 actions, which he will use to, well, to fire breath them.
Okay, where are you placing that burst?
Inside the house.
Oh, between the two groups, basically. 20-foot burst. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so all of them need to roll a reflex save, and I'm going to say you can place it in a way that doesn't affect
Hopefully,
your
yes.
allies. Alright,
damn
we
it.
have successes and crit successes. Let's see the damage. Okay, so who was this? This was a regular success, so that is half. We have this one doesn't matter, and who was that one? Okay, that takes half as well. All right.
Okay, and then Soma will have to will use her 2 other actions to put another fire drake on the field, please.
Oh,
Can you have 2 at the same time?
I can have 2 with this one.
that's crazy.
I guess they shouldn't be blessed because they're technically further away, 30 feet.
Yeah. Let's put him here, like next to this one.
Well, this one's 70 feet away. So how was the speed? So you wanted to
500.
use 2 strides? So you wanted to use 2 strides?
What? No, I can place him within 500 feet. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, at least as far as this description says.
Okay.
So, welcome to the party, guys.
Doesn't it have an action too?
Poof.
And what did you use to summon it? Oh, I see. There's a wall of text here. Oh, it's an illusionary creature. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you figure that out. And then it is the Caligni's turn, next to which this creature appeared. So, does it need to believe that or something? Karnas?
The illusion. It. Let me see. It's any creature that touches the image or uses a specific action to examine can attempt to disbelieve your illusion. When a creature disbelieves the illusion, it takes
Okay,
half
but it
recovers
wouldn't
damage.
Yeah. Okay, but it would have to interact with it. I think then for now what it's gonna do is it's gonna move away from the illusionary drake, basically moving up so that it's only 55 feet away from the scene, so it's right behind these guys here, and going to target Sandy from the second row, shooting, missing, and it only had to use 1 move, so it had a second one, but that's a miss too.
Okay.
And then it's Bark.
Okay, I think I can hustle up and like, if I'm 30 feet away, I think I can get to like what's technically here, underneath the dragon, the fire drake.
Oh, because it's flying. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Why can't I get my token to the top?
Because it's 50 feet high. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Let me put you.
And as I get here, I say, "Don't worry, Sandy, I'm coming." And I'm just gonna hit him. It's just a little baby heal for now, but hopefully it keeps him up.
Yeah.
With a little first level heal.
All right. A baby heal. That's cute.
Just oh man, that's pretty bad.
10 points and 10 points.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Can make all the difference. Sandy.
Okay. I'm within range of both of these guys. I can't see the tag on that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
swing at the badly injured one.
You have two right in front of you, and you have two bows, two short bows in range. So
Okay.
4 that could attack you. Lots of enemies.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and take out the one that's badly injured. Oh my goodness. My rolls. Alright, second attack. There we go.
Whoa. Okay. So sorry. Which one did you target? This one over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Takes 19 points of damage, but does not go down yet.
Yeah. Wish I had a shield today. Just swing a third time. Yeah.
All right. And that is that. The other defender right in front of you, Sandy, targets you and swings with its short sword, striking you for 13 plus shoulder to shoulder 6 for a total of 19.
Oops.
Minus, I assume, Ottardo.
Ottardo already used his reaction this round.
That's right, because it's right before you. Second attack, miss. Third attack, miss. Ottardo.
Dang.
Alright. Ottardo will target the same Ligny. So,
That's a miss. Another
Oh,
miss.
boy.
I wish we could hit
And-
stuff.
he's gonna raise his shield fast.
Okay. No. The one that's badly injured here, what's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? It has no way of healing itself, is that correct? It does not. Any spells don't make any sense here. There's only one way out of this, and that is over your cold dead body. So, Sandy, get ready for another
Yep.
swing of the short sword. Missing
Okay.
once, missing twice, missing
Oh.
3 times. Sandy just
Yes.
dodging and weaving, avoiding those blows. Then the creature takes damage and rolls the recovery, but fails. The other one, okay, short bow here. Another volley of arrows coming your way. The first one striking you for 9 points of damage. Fortunately, this one does not have a buddy next to him.
Would he be within reach of Ottardo?
What is your melee reach? Melee reach or your reach?
Normally it's 10, and then with the enlarge, I think it's 15.
Okay, but it's 70. It's 20 feet away, so it's out of out of reach. So first arrow hits, and I will need a flat fortitude save from you, please.
Forced to
Sandy.
say it. Come on.
All right. And then another arrow misses just and the third one
Okay.
hits the cave floor. Souma.
Okay, at this point I have to spend both of my actions to control the creatures, and one of the actions will have to go then into Inspire Courage. No, Inspire Defense.
Maybe we.
I think everyone is out of range, right?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
60 feet, alright? Unfortunate. Oof. Well, you see, if
I mean, you can use it on the stride.
I guess. Fine, okay.
Those horrifying petals.
Yeah, I know. Oh, fine. So, Soma closes your eyes, closes your mouth, like ah! And runs into the petals.
They could deal up to 20 points of damage.
So that's a reflex save, I think, as you run through it.
Well, see, I told you it would be bad.
Oh, Soma!
Roll the damage. Roll the damage. So that's
20
20.
points, just like I said.
So you run through it, covering your eyes with your arms, but it just slashes your arms wide open, peeling the flesh from your bones.
Brutal.
You gotta love when the dice complement the role play, you know? That's just perfect.
I knew Mama was right about it. You're listening to everyone.
We could probably get rid of. I think I'll get rid of the R now, just so it doesn't create confusion, since everyone's passed it.
Soma has a 20. Do you use 2 strides, Soma?
No, I don't have. I have only one stride, and since the petals are like,
Oh no, she's still in it.
I cannot run away from them. No.
There's no escaping the petals. All right.
No. Okay. Like either way, I don't want to attack this guy because if I hit him, Sandy will probably die.
That's a chain reaction.
So I will.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. So I will tell Drake to move above this guy, and try to start biting the healthy ones.
Okay.
Actually, does he have reach? He's pretty big.
The tail has 10 foot, but the fangs are 5.
Let's then use hit him with the tail then.
This one? Okay. So one first action tail strike. And critically hit. Let's see that damage. 26 points.
Nice.
Second action.
Well, let's try to hit him again. Wow.
And a crit miss. Alright,
Never
how about
mind.
the other one?
The other one will try to bite this one, the one right next to him, but
Well, it's not right next to it, so he would have to fly closer first because it ran away from him.
well, okay. We have 2 actions, so we can move him.
So it's a flying stride and then try to bite.
And then bite, but then it uses not the Drake's stats, but my stats. Let me see. I haven't used this skill for a long time.
Okay.
It uses my spell attack modifier for attack rolls.
Okay.
Which is
Just roll a d20. We'll figure out the rest.
okay.
'Cause if it's low, we don't have to bother with it, and you can read up between your turns.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. All right, the Caligny, the one that was just attacked. I think they're disciplined enough to know that they have to take someone out before changing targets. So it's going to shoot at Sandy. Shooting once, shooting twice. Oh.
Yeah.
24 plus.
Reaction from
Yep.
Ottardo.
Hang on. Plus 12, so it's 36 points of damage.
Okay.
But that's 12 resistance from Ottardo.
Okay, so it's still gonna take me down.
And down he goes. Dying 2.
'Cause it's a crit, yeah.
It should be 2. I think with all the rolling back damage and stuff, it got. Or were you
Yeah,
wounded?
yeah.
No, I think it was. That's right.
There we go.
And that's the one in the back row here that got hit. Okay, takes the damage. That was 2 shots, and then it flings its bow slightly to the side and shoots at Ottardo, but misses. Bark.
Hey, okay. Well, he's gonna try to get Sandy in better shape. How is Ottardo looking? Oh, Ottardo's not good either. Ugh. Well, okay. We'll do Sandy first. I will pop off a second heal, second level, or sorry, first level, 2 actions. And this is for Sandy. That's slightly
Alright.
better.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my last action to command Stick to do his thing. Stick grabs a potion, reaches the 15 feet across to Sandy, and plunks it in his mouth. And does it all from out of reach of the enemies, so I don't think the
Indeed,
manipulate
yeah.
actions will trigger the reactions. So that is going to be an additional elixir of life. An additional 29 points.
Wow.
Nice.
That's very nice.
Huge.
And that's my turn.
Good one. Sandy. I'm coming to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will pick up my maul. Oops. I might pick up two-handed.
Alright.
Oh, that's a yeah.
That's the manipulate action.
Damn it.
You want to take that back?
Yeah. But can I mean, I'm prone, right?
You're prone.
Is there anything I can do that's... Yeah, I will take it back because...
Yep.
I mean,
You can just-
technically moving, right? Moving shouldn't trigger it.
You manipulate or move?
Like striding away, right? That won't trigger it.
No, yeah, as long as he's prone, he can't step. The only thing that would
Yeah.
not trigger it is step.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess you'd have to stand up first, but...
Yeah.
Does standing up
Trigger.
trigger or no? Yeah.
Yeah,
It does.
Um,
You can strike from prone with a penalty, but
The
not
problem
Okay.
is he's got to pick up his weapon, which is
Yeah.
also going to...
Actually, you know what? Step doesn't say you can't do it
While
while
prone?
being while prone, unless prone says you can't step. But step doesn't say anything about.
I think when prone, if you
Oh
look,
yeah, it does
the-
say prone says the only move actions you can use are crawl and stand. Yeah.
and and imagine crawl does it too.
Crawl only has the move trait. I don't know what triggers their reaction.
The move
Yeah,
trait
the
does,
move. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, never mind.
Okay, I think I'm kind of screwed then either way.
Might as well die with
Get
your
it.
weapon in your hand.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. So I'll trigger
Alright.
those.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Oops. That took you out. That was not my intention. Hang on. Sorry. Where are you? It's your turn. Okay, so they target you, the two that are. Oh god, this again. It's just the wrong icon for me. It looks more like the target icon than the actual target icon, so I clicked the wrong button. Where are you? Here you are. Okay. And come back. Okay. Target. And now strike once. For
Okay.
16, and then strike twice. Also, oh, that's a miss. That's good for you.
Yes.
All right, you got your weapons. They have used their reactive strikes. Do they have another one? Only one way to find out.
I will stand up.
And they don't respond.
Okay.
God damn it! Why do I keep clicking that button?
man, this thing's just gonna explode. But what else do I do? Yeah, I'm gonna hit him.
Hit him hard.
Oh my god.
All right, that's a miss. Maybe you were worried here. It could be your own end. All right, that's 3 actions, and then it is the defender's turn. All right, the one right in front of you, Sandy. It is going to target you once again, striking you once for 14 plus 10 for 24 damage.
Oof.
Second swing strikes also for.
I think I'm down after the first one, maybe.
No, I don't think so. I think you hit 20. I mean,
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the second one takes you down, though. And then for the third attack, it focuses on Ottardo instead. But that might be, yeah, swinging wildly. Ottardo.
Okay. Ooh. Well, that's a problem because an explosion now probably kills Sandy.
I mean, he looks pretty roughed up down there on the ground.
Oof.
Yeah, I probably should have ran. Damn.
I don't even know how to. Well,
It's a bit of a meta way of thinking, but Sandy still has a hero point, so maybe we can just blow them all up and tell him
I
to
think
use
you
hero
have,
point.
like, yeah.
to look at who's injured. Okay.
Think about it. I mean, Sandy going out in a literal blaze of glory.
It's very true.
Make a call.
Ottardo is going to try to trip this one.
Which one were you targeting? It's hard for me to tell because I don't know
The
which
one
colors you are.
directly north of
Yeah.
Sandy.
Okay. All right. Failed to
That
trip.
was a miss, and he will
And then you
land
strike that one.
it. And he'll finish by raising it.
Okay. Alright, Ottardo hesitating to take one of them out, worrying that it might kill Sandy, but will he have to pay the price as that one is now taking its turn and trying to stab Ottardo, missing him once, twice, and 3 times. Looks like Ottardo's calculations are panning out here. Then it has to try to recover, but fails. Oh man, is it going to die by the persistent damage? We don't know. In the 70 foot away, like 20 foot away from Ottardo, is another one of those short bow wielding Calignes and catches Ottardo on the wrong foot, causing 12 points of damage and a fortitude save, please. He makes sure the most of them arrows momentum bounces off his shield. Second one he elegantly dodges, and the third one doesn't even come close to him. All right, Souma.
Well, Soma will have to run away from the petals. They're petals of death.
Yeah, you want me to post it again?
I suppose
That's right.
it
Yeah,
would-
reflex save at the beginning of a turn. A reflex
Yeah.
save.
That's a failure.
A regular failure, so I think it was 2d10, right?
Yeah, it's 8 points, just 8 points. that's fine.
Points.
Okay, and the rest of the actions go to sustaining the creatures. So the the first, the real Drake, will have to continue his tale. on this one.
On that one, okay. That's a hit. Let's see that damage. Slammer for 10 points.
Oh,
And then
okay.
miss.
Yeah, and the illusionary creature will have tried to bite another one, like last time, twice.
Okay.
If this guy doesn't try to run away, so we will try to bite him. So okay, I don't remember. I will just cast Telekinetic Projectile as my magical attack. So it is yes, it is plus 20. There we go. Attack.
Nice.
A cool
Oh,
spell
that's a
attack.
critical hit. Does it get
Yeah.
to disbelieve? Huh?
I'm not sure. It
Okay.
just deals mental damage. It says.
Yeah, but in that like wall of text describing how the spell works, does it mention anything about the target needing to believe
The illusion can cause damage by making target believe that the illusion stacks are real. If the illusionary
Okay.
creature hits someone with a strike, the target takes 3d4 mental damage. The illusion strikes are non-lethal. If the damage doesn't correspond to the image of the monster, for like if for example if large druid deals only 5 points of damage, DM might allow a target attempt to disbelieve it. So
Okay.
so in this case, since I cast the second level spell, it deals only the basic 3d4 at critical, so it doubles 3d4, right?
Okay, but also it says if somebody touches the illusion, they get a chance to disbelieve it. So I would call that touching, which means that it does get a will save before we apply that damage. Where is that goddamn spell? In that very, very long list. Can you give me a prompt for a will save or tell me the DC?
Yeah, 1 second. Where is it?
25
So
might be.
It doesn't
close enough.
actually. I don't think it actually gives a DC. My normal spell DC is 29, so it's a failure.
Okay, so then it doesn't disbelieve. Okay, so then what was the damage?
3d4 twice.
All right, see it? There it is. Oh wow.
So
Okay, 7 points of
it-
damage.
It's a critical, so it's double.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that would be it.
Okay. Which Caligny is this? That's the one that was just bitten, but that doesn't seem to be such a big problem. It's not that much damage for it, so it's going to continue to let arrows rain down on Ottardo, continuing to damage him. 9 points with the first one. It is adjacent to another defender, which means there's another 7 on top of that. Second arrow misses. Third arrow won't. Oh, somehow I got stuck in the pipes here, but both of misses anyway. Bark.
Okay. So Sandy's at dying 2 right now. Is that correct?
Yes. I believe so.
All right.
I'm reconnecting to the game real quick. For some reason, it was my internet.
But yeah, that's
Um,
correct.
Bark is going to go, I'm sorry, Sandy. It's got to be done. He's going to spend 2 actions to cast Life Draining Roots, which I believe should be just long enough to get all 3 of these guys, even the one that's 70 feet away. Because I'm technically
Okay.
at 40 feet away and he's at 70, so it should just get to him.
Okay.
So they all need to
okay.
make reflex saves.
All of them. Okay.
All three.
Oops. Fail, succeed. Okay, let's see that damage.
Okay, so that is going to be 31 points of damage.
Okay, but the one that is the most injured actually succeeded, so that one takes half, and the other one takes full.
And that is going to be also temporary hit points for me, I believe. 1d4 for every living creature in the line, so 3d4. So I shoot these roots out of my paws. They catch all three of them, drain the life out of them, and then, wow, great. Give me 5 hit points. Temporary hit points. That's 2 actions. Is there a spot to mark down temp hit points? There it is. 5. And then I'm going to use my last action to once again dunk a potion down Sandy's mouth and hope
Simon-
that it does the trick this time.
Does it show as my user as on the game, Simon, at the bottom left?
Yes, it does.
Will you kick that? Because it's like
Oh, you're not
glitched.
getting-
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep, I kicked you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, whenever you get back in, you get 30 hit points back.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'll apply it right now. Sandy coming back from dying once again, wounded 2, prone, all the good stuff. But it is your it shouldn't be your turn. I always forget to move people in the initiative.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but there's a Caligny right after you, which is actually the one that took you down. So I think it worked out. Yeah. So it's your turn. You're in a similar situation as before. Your weapon's
it's
next
still-
to you, lying on the
Still
floor.
not showing that I can log in for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay. Well,
You can
yeah, I can control for you. If you can imagine what's going on, you're still
same
surrounded.
position.
Yeah. Bad.
Oh, what do I do here, guys? Do I do the same thing I did last time and just go down again?
Here, I'm
Obviously
sharing.
don't.
I'm sharing
You
my
might
screen.
want to. Oh, nice. You might want to consider just holding your turn.
That's a good call. That's what I'll do. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
thank you. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that since you didn't do anything, there's no reason for the defender in front of you to notice that you've come back. And Ottardo is definitely the bigger threat here, so it's gonna target Ottardo. Swinging once, swinging twice, swinging 3 times, and critically missing each time. And then it's Ottardo's turn.
Okay. Wow. Now there's a chance of getting cascading explosions too. Well.
Yeah.
I don't think the other 2 are injured enough for that, honestly. But
Hmm?
I don't think the others are injured enough for them to cascade. But I don't know.
Well, okay. Well, Ottardo's going to once more try to trip the one right above Sand again. Wow. And he is going to follow it up with a miss and raise his shield.
Okay. Ottardo letting the group down here. Okay, the Caligny that is near death continues to hack away at Ottardo. Once, twice, 3 times, and misses. Then takes a little bit of damage from the ongoing persistent damage and continues to fail at recovering. The other Caligny over here shoots an arrow from afar at Ottardo, striking him for 9 points and a fortitude save.
Nope.
Oh, because you don't take damage. And the other 2 arrows you easily dodge or knock away. Souma.
So
Souma?
with this threat, can I finally reach at Ottardo and Sandy?
With what?
one stride. Can I reach Sir Ottardo and Sandy at this point?
You have a 25-foot distance, and they're 50 feet away, so it would be 2 strides.
Okay. Well, I will take like then only one stride then to and prepare for the next round to start healing and for now it would be the last horror for the illusionary creature.
Okay.
So she will sustain both spells. The Drake will try to let's see. Okay, he will just again try to attack twice with his tail.
Okay. Which one? The one right in front of it?
The one that illusionary creature attacks.
Okay. Okay, let's see the damage. 14 points, takes that.
Again.
And that's a miss.
Okay, yeah.
How about the other one?
Illusionary creature will also try to bite this guy again twice.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
28 is a hit exactly. For 6 points of damage. And I guess it should get a will save once again. But fails, okay. Does it have
And
a second
we'll-
attack or something?
Yeah, let's try another one. It's -5.
And that's a miss. Alright. Then we have that Caligni's turn, who's also in the second row here, shooting arrows at Ottardo. Short bow 1, short bow 2, short bow 3, and it's Bark's turn.
Okay, here we go. Going to deliver yet another potion to Sandy.
Thank you. I'm logging in now, hopefully.
What is this elixir? A cheetah's elixir. Speed bonus won't help much right now. Okay. I'm going to drop another elixir of life for Sandy. 31 points of healing.
Okay. Matt, you're listed as being back online. Do you have control?
I am still loading the map. I don't know why my internet's being so slow. Okay, now I'm good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Foundry problems. I also loaded for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. We just got to do it because we're just the longer we delay this, we're just taking more and more damage. Bark's going to use his remaining 2 actions. It's going to say, timber. And a tree is going to drop on these first 2 Caligni in front of him.
Okay.
Get
Let's
up,
see what
get
happens.
up.
Okay, this one and this one need to make their
And I'm
reflex save.
going to delete the Petal Storm aura now because I don't
They
think-
both fail. So roll that damage.
All right. Oh, not that great. 12 points of damage. That was pretty bad.
It is not great, but it is enough to trigger the first one's death flame as it goes down. Hang on here while I get rid of all the fancy lights. And then we'll have a 20-foot burst. So this is the reflex save. Let me roll them for them first before we worry about anyone else. So all of them need to do their reflex saves. And who fails, who succeeds? This one fails, and this one crit succeeds. Okay, so these 2 take the 60-10,
Oh,
which is
that's so
third.
much.
It is so much. That's 38 points of damage for these 2, which triggers the second one's death flame.
Oh, God, no. I'm sorry.
But We'll get there. So let's do the first death flame first. So Sandy, Ottardo, and the Drake, and Bark, and the
Okay.
illusory.
I didn't think it'd be that much damage.
No. We have to do it.
Sandy succeeds. Good job. So you only take half of that. So
Take
that's
half
19
that,
for
okay.
Sandy. Ottardo the full one. 38 for
Oh, no.
Ottardo. Bark and the
Okay.
Drake also need to save.
Yeah,
That's
Drake is conveniently immune to fire.
Oh, that's right. So that. Yeah, it's just fire. And Stick also. 26 is exactly a success.
All right. Let me find Stick. I think he's buried under all these tokens. Can you move the Drake? I can't.
Yeah.
Wait, where's Stick?
Where's Stick?
He's stuck behind. Oh, he's stuck behind my token.
There you go. Oh,
hang
because
on.
you're elevated basically.
There he is.
There you go.
Okay. Stick. Hell, his is as good as mine. He got the exact same result as me.
Exactly on the nose. That's all you need. So that's half damage for the two of you. Then the second one triggers. Let's do the bad guys first. Reflex saves for them. Crit fail for this one.
Oh no.
Which will trigger yet another one. All right. So first that's 60, 10. So
Wait,
that's
why don't
39. This one will take double, which triggers its death throw. This one will take regular. So that's reflex saves again for everyone.
Wait, hold on. We
Have
still
we done
haven't taken
one?
the
Yeah.
damage from the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still talking about that one.
Oh, okay.
Reflex
Okay.
saves for the second one.
Okay. Just.
I need to pop that out. Where is it?
Why didn't you take the damage?
So Ottardo, you take the full 39. Sandy,
I'll
you
take
take half
half.
of that. So
Okay.
uh,
Still alive for now.
Yep, and Bark and the Drakes are immune, but the illusory one, is that also technically immune? We'll figure it out later. It doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so
Or crit succeeds
Crit succeeds, no damage. Stick.
and Stick. Come on, Stick. Also succeeds.
Also
Is that a
succeeds.
critical success?
That is a critical success.
Oh damn!
DC is 26. All right, so now we have that final save. Crit succeeds on it, so it doesn't go up in flames. But Andy, you still need to save for the third one that exploded, and so does Ottardo,
Oh, right,
and
okay.
so does do Bark and Stick.
Oh.
Does
Oh
does
no,
Ottardo
Sandy.
get to save if he's unconscious?
Yes, you still do, because it could be a crit fail, and then you advance to. Here's the prompt in case you need it.
Yeah.
I'm going down on that one.
Where's the prompt? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I instead rolled for. Hang on.
Oh.
Here. So Sandy, you regular failed, so you take 26 points of damage.
Yep. Unconscious.
Ottardo, you succeed, so you just go down by 1 and you're dying.
Shit. No.
Oh man, this is so bad.
Bark.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, success, I think. Regular success? Yeah.
That is a success, a regular success, so you
And
take.
Stick.
half of that.
Stick fails.
Stick failed, so that's full damage for Stick.
It was 26.
26.
Ah,
Okay.
shit. Stick went
so-
down. That's bad.
Let's take a look at the situation. There's a summoned flame drake, the illusory flame drake. After like all of these death flames go up all over the place, the dust settles. Ottardo on the ground, Sandy on the ground, Souma way in the back, Bark. You look ahead across the battlefield, like 30 feet away from you, roughly. There's one of these guys still standing, notching an arrow. drawing the bowstring, ready to release its weapon. And that's where we're gonna end for today, because this seems to be going on for
Yeah.
longer than we thought. But holy moly,
What a battle.
what a random encounter.
Sorry, guys. I didn't think it would be that bad. I
I
thought,
mean,
No, I mean, what else are we gonna do?
explode.
Yeah.
yeah,
Alright,
Sam was right.
I gotta run. Gotta get to dinner.
Yeah,
Thank
hop
you
up
so
and-
much.
Okay,
That
I
was
need to-
fun for me. I
Later.
hope it
That was
was
very
too.
fun.
All right, I'll see you next
See
week.
you guys next time.
Bye.
You-
See ya.